Here we have a SAT math problem. Okay, let's go to the question. A square pyramid has a volume of 400 cubic inches and a slant height of 13 inches. If each side of the square base and height are integers in inches, what is the surface area of the pyramid in square inches? Okay, first let me take a square pyramid. Here we have a square pyramid and the base is a square, so all the four sides are equal in length. Let me assume x as a length of each side of the base, and the value of x is an integer according to the information we have over here. And let me assume y as the height of the pyramid. This y also is an integer according to this information. And we have the slant height that is 13 inches. So the line segment we have over here represents the slant height. So its length is 13 inches. Okay, now our aim is to find the surface area of the pyramid. Surface area means the total surface area. There is a formula to get the surface area of a pyramid. There is a 1 over 2 times P times S positive B. This P gives the perimeter of the base, and this S is the slant height. We have the value for this S, that is 13, and this capital B gives the area of the base, that is the area of the square base we have over here. Okay, now to get the perimeter of the base, that is this P, and the area of the base, capital B, we need the value of x. There is a length of each side of the square base. How do you have to get the value of x? Let me consider the volume of the pyramid given over here. That is V equals to 400. And we have formula to get volume of a pyramid. That is 1 over 3 times base area times height equals to 400. Okay, now to get the area of the base, we have to use a formula to get area of a square. That is side times side, x times x, that is x square. So 1 over 3 times x square is base area times the height is given by y equals to 400. Here I got an equation in terms of the two variables x and y. Now let's consider the right triangle we have over here. In this right triangle, this is a hypotenuse. The slant height is a hypotenuse because it is opposite to the right angle, and this one and this one are the two legs. Okay, now to get the length of this leg, we have to consider half of the length of the side of the square, that is half of this x. So the length of this leg of this right triangle is x over 2. Already we have the length of this leg y. Now we can use a Pythagorean theorem in this right triangle. That is sum of the squares of two legs equals to the square of the hypotenuse. That is x over 2 the whole square positive y square. Sum of the squares of two legs it is equal to the square of the hypotenuse 13 square. Now we have two equations in terms of x and y. We can use Desmos to solve for x, which gives the length of each side of the square base. Okay, now let me give the first equation. I mean this equation as input in Desmos. Let me do it. That is 1 over 3 times x square times y equals to 400. Now let me take the second equation as input. That is x divided by 2 the whole square positive y square equals to 13 square. Okay, now I got graphs for both the equations, and as I said earlier, our aim is to get the value of x, which gives the length of each side of the square base. Now to get the value of x, we have to consider the points of intersection of the two graphs given by this equation. Okay, now let me consider the points of intersection of the two graphs. Here we have a point of intersection, and here we have a point of intersection. Here we have, and here we have. Okay, there is an information that is the each side of the square base and the height are integers, and both x and y values must be positive because x is the length of each side of the square. It cannot be negative. Always it has to be positive, and y is the height of the pyramid, so that one also cannot be negative. So now in these 4 points of intersection, we have to consider the point of intersection where we have both x coordinate and y coordinate are positive integers. So that is over here 10, 12. So at this point of intersection, both the x coordinate and y coordinate are positive integers. So what is the x coordinate? That is 10. So that's the value of x over here. That is 10 is the length of each side of the square base. Okay, now we can start finding surface area of the square pyramid. That is s equals to 1 over 2 times. Already we know that this p gives the perimeter of the square base. Okay, here the length of each side of the square base is 10. Now to get the perimeter of the square base, we have to add the lengths of all the four sides. That is 4 times 10 is 40. And we know that S is a slant height, that is 13 positive, and this capital B is the area of the square base. To get the area of the square base, we have to multiply the side by side. 10 times 10, that is 100. Okay, here 2 goes into 2, 1 times 2 goes into 40, 20 times S equals to, when I multiply this 1, 20 and 13, I am getting 260 positive 100. I don't use a Desmos to do simple calculation. Okay, S equals to, when I add 260 and 100, I am getting 360, that is square inches. Okay, here I got the surface area of the pyramid, that is 360 square inches.